Good morning, trading card fans. Welcome to an exciting Lorwyn Eclipsed Play Booster box opening on my channel. This set just came out a couple days ago from Wizards of the Coast. It is the end of January 2026. Temperatures are in the sub-zero. It's about -10 today in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There are also protests in the street protesting what's happening in our country. And so to stay safe and distract myself from what's happening outside, I'm going to open up this dented box. That's just kind of how 2026 is going this year. So we're going to open up that and show the results with you on the channel. I will also list my singles on my TCG player store, jdj-sapphire. So give this video a like if you enjoy Magic the Gathering box openings, and consider subscribing to my channel if you want to get all of my box openings in your feed every week. Last week I had fun doing a box battle with the hottest TCG on the market right now, Sorcery's Gothic set. That was my 18th box of Gothic. This is going to be my 19th box of Gothic. I box battled against the Arthurian Legends Sorcery set, which is rising in value thanks to all the awesome cards inside of the Gothic set. And so today I thought I would do an interesting box battle. I'm going to battle this Sorcery Gothic box, my 19th box of Gothic, against my first box of Lorwyn Eclipsed Play Boosters. Market price is about the same for these two products, even though they look considerably different. The Gothic booster boxes contain 36 packs, and they are currently trading for $141, according to TCG Player as of the filming of this video in February 2026. And Lorwyn Eclipsed is currently trading for $138, which is down from the MSRP slightly, but it only contains 30 booster packs inside of Lorwyn Eclipsed Play Boosters. So I'm going to open up both of these. I'm going to price out the results in real time with TCG Player and let you know what the hits are as I hit them. Leave a comment below who you think is going to win this box battle today. Do you think Sorcery Gothic is going to come out on top, or do you think Magic's Lorwyn Eclipsed is going to be the winner of today's box battle? Here we go. Let's open up our boxes. Today's video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I hope you learn about some of the newest cards in the Lorwyn set today, and we get to revisit some cards in the Gothic set today. Don't forget to scratch the dust rewards off the bottom of the sorcery boxes. I've been submitting all of my dust rewards and collecting the dust rewards promos from the dust reward site, so I'll make another video if you subscribe to the channel and show you what the latest dust rewards that I'm picking up are for my collection. And I will also be grading some of those cards with PCG. Inside the sorcery boxes, they come with a box topper. This contains some tokens that you can play if you're playing skeleton decks, and a few other rules cards that explains the new mechanics like ward inside the sorcery's game, and then some extra cards for your collection, which are usually just ordinaries and exceptional cards. So we have Lorwyn Eclipsed on the right, Gothic on the left, TCG Player up live ready to go. I'm going to start with Gothic. I'm going to go down the left hand side. It's perfectly sunny, so we have great lighting conditions today on the channel. And if you're new to Sorcery, there are 3 exceptionals on the top of the packs, which are like uncommons. These trade for about 15 cents or 20 cents. Sites are printed horizontally, and then you get a rare or mythic card in the 4th slot. This will be an elite or unique. Elite is the rare. These trade for about 50 cents. The uniques are what everyone is chasing this year. I'm putting together a complete set, and then you'll get 11 ordinaries. These are the commons. Occasionally you'll get foils in the 6th slot, and randomly you'll get what's known as a curio, which is a alternate art, some sort of chase card. So nothing in that. Let's just revisit. It's been about a week since I've opened up some boxes, so let's get back into the rhythm. I'm going to open up these top 3 Gothic packs just to get into the flow. This card is upside down. What does that mean? It's also Sphere of Animosity, which is currently trading for about $5 or $6. I sold a bunch of these on TCG Player, and it's gone up considerably, so I'm glad I pulled another Sphere of Animosity. I'll get you a price on that in just a second. It was upside down, so let's just double check anything else in this pack that might be out of the ordinary. If you get any exceptional or unique cards in the ordinary slots, there's a good chance it could be a curio. Didn't look like anything else was different in that pack, just the Sphere of Animosity was upside down. I'll do a price check. It's about $5 or $6. TCG Player says $5.31 is the TCG Player market price for this Elite, which I think is now the most expensive Elite card in Sorcery. It's surpassing the Silver Bullet. I will save this over here and keep the prices stacked right there, which I will add up at the end and see if we have the most value in the Gothic box or more value in the Lorwyn Eclipsed booster box. $5.31 is the current market value. However, the lowest available copy on TCG Player is $5.96, and the most recent sale, that does not include shipping, so it's $5.96 plus shipping. The most recent sale was $6.29 without shipping. So pretty hot card in the Gothic set right now. Those are exceptionals. This is a Demonic Contract. That is also an Elite. I was looking for one of those for my undead deck that I'm building. No foils and no curios in that pack. Demonic Contract is like a Demonic Tutor, but TCG Player says $1.48. Nothing too crazy, but I will keep that for my deck building. Now let's move to my very first Lorwyn Eclipsed booster pack. This is a play booster pack. You get 14 cards in the play boosters. No more art cards in these packs. Starting with the commons on front, we have a Bogart Prankster, Runaway Together, Timid, Shield Bearer, Midnight Tilling, Feed the Flames, Vile Boggart, Stalacite Dagger, Worry Farmer, Swat Away is the first uncommon, Kindle the Inner Flame uncommon, Pyrrhic Strike, and Kyrol Attentive First Year is the rare of the pack. It's a Vampire Cleric. Probably would go well with the Sorcery Gothic cards. And then we have a common foil, Sundapped Celebrant, Foil Swamp, and a Goblin Treefolk token. Alright, I'll price out the Kyrol Attentive First Year. Is my very first Lorwyn Eclipsed card. TCG Player says 31 cents for the first rare of the box. That is the Kyrol. So we should get 6 extra booster packs of Gothic. Let's just rip through these until we get a hit here and kind of catch up to the same number of packs as Lorwyn. We got Holy Water, Holy Nova, Holy Smokes, and Swap is pretty good. Betrayal is Elite. That's about 50 cents. Still no foils yet in the Gothic booster boxes. That's Gift of the Frog, and it is not a curio. Shoot. So nothing in that pack. This is pack number 5. Gothic. We'll just catch up real quick to get down to the same number of packs as Lorwyn Eclipse. Those are exceptionals. We have a Life Wish, which is unique. That could be worth a couple bucks. And still no foils. Do a TCG Player price check on Life Wish. TCG Player says $3.95 for the first mythic rare of the Gothic booster boxes. And then our 6th pack here, still no foils. We usually get like 7 foils and 7 uniques in Gothic. That's the Savior Avatar. Then we have an Acid Rain. That's an Elite. Entombed. Still no foils. Okay, so the boxes might be fairly even if we don't get any foils in Sorcery. So that was 6 packs. Let's do our 7th pack. So now we're right on target with Lorwyn Eclipsed. We should have 29 packs left. 29 packs left. Starting with the exceptionals, then we have an Elite Mega Lurker. That's not very good. Still no foils. Hoping we get some foils in this box. All right, so now we're all set. All right, Lorwyn Eclipsed, pack number 2. commons. We got Tweez, Blighted Blackthorn, Reluctant Dawnguard, Atlanta Formant. Oh, Evolving Wilds. I've heard of this one. Good looking art in that. I think they print that in every set. It is a reprint. Gnarled Elk, Illusion Spinners, Personify is also uncommon. Gloom Ripper is the rare. Double rare pack, we got a Tam Mindful first year. So we have double rare, plus an uncommon foil, Silvergill Mentor, Mountain, and a Merfolk Shapeshifter token. Alright, double rare pack. TCG player says 33 cents for the Gloom Ripper and 38 cents for the Tam Mindful first year. The prices are starting to drop on some of these cards from Lorwyn Eclipsed, so I do expect prices to fall a little bit. Right now, Gothic booster box is in the lead. This Tam Mindful first year is a legendary Gorgon Wizard, 2/2 for a colorless and a green or a blue. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors, and you can tap target creature you control becomes all colors until the end of turn. Alright, that was pack number 2. Let's go back to Gothic. We'll just alternate left and right. Gothic and Lorwyn today. This is a Saint of Redemption. That is a unique. That was $5 or $6 the last time I opened it. Moss Troll, not a curio, and no foil. I'm getting a little worried about this Gothic box. TCG player says $6.57, pretty good. That's the best hit of the battle right now. Currently, there are 2 lawsuits going against Wizards of the Coast, or Hasbro technically, for overprinting cards. This could either force Hasbro to change their production methods and maybe print less cards or fewer sets. It's actually kind of hard to keep up with all of the Magic releases these days, especially at $140 a box. It's a little harsh on the wallet. You got Unwelcome Sprite, Unbury, Chomping Changeling is pretty cool art here by Jeff Laubenstein, who also draws for Sorcery. Very nice. I think I'll save that one and get it signed at a Magic Con. Then we have our first rare, Disruptor of Currents. And then we have a rare foil as well. We have Selfless Safe Right. I'll do a TCG player price check. We got full art planes, just beautiful. And a Kithkin Elf token. This is also art by Jeff Laubenstein. We'll save that to get signed at the next Magic Con as well. TCG player says $1.20 for the rare foil, Selfless Safe Right, and 26 cents for the other rare, Disruptor of Currents. Right now, looking like Gothic Booster Box is walking away with the lead. We need some big hits out of the Lorwyn box to catch up to where Gothic is at. We have Elite Sturmgeist and all the ordinaries. Still no foils in about 8 or 9 packs of Sorcery if you're following today's box battle. That could help in terms of price for the Lorwyn. A lot of the price in the Gothic foils are really expensive right now. Heirloom Auntie, Glamour Mite, Gold Meadow Nomad, Rooftop Percher, Bitter Blossom, Mythic, alternate art. I think Bitter Blossom is pretty good. That's going to be amazing. Could be the hit of the set, actually. Bitter Blossom, Boggart. We have Shine Striker. Soulbright Seeker is an uncommon. Then we have Grub Storied Matriarch is the rare. Common foil. Coolarth Zealot, Full Art Plains, and an Elf token. TCG player says Bitter Blossom, Showcase, and Grub Storied Matriarch are worth 29 cents for the Grub. And ready, everybody? $32.70 for the Bitter Blossom Borderless art. Just beautiful. This is probably the best card in the set, so I'm glad we pulled that today in Lorwyn. 1 colorless, 1 black, kindred, enchantment, fairy. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying. Amazing, right there. So that's, so far, the hit of the box battle. That puts the Lorwyn Eclipsed booster box in the lead if you're following along. Still no foils yet from the Sorcery Gothic set, so we will hope to pull a foil today. Crucifix is an elite rare card. Mesmer Demon, Smite, and still no foils. They're either at the bottom of the box or they're not in this particular box. We did get the Sphere of Annihilation that was printed upside down, so right now the Gothic box is sort of an anomaly, but does make it kind of a good box battle candidate. We have Blossom Bind, Gallant Foul Knight, Moonglove Extractor, Gravegill Scoundrel, Burdened Stoneback, and then the rare of the pack is Doran, Besieged by Time. Is a legendary creature. Dawn, Blessed Pennant is an uncommon foil. Island, and another Kithkin token by Jeff Laubenstein. Save that. TCG player says the Doran Besieged by Time is worth $1.99. We'll take it. Alright. Gothic. Still looking for our first foil. We should get 7 foils in this box, but I haven't seen any yet, so that concerns me slightly. This is the Mayor of Milborn. He is an elite, which is a rare. Moss Troll. Somebody said Detonate is a possible curio this morning, but I think it just could be a printer error. No uniques there. Alright. Let's try it. Lorwyn Eclipse. Right now, for my first attempt at Lorwyn Eclipse, this is a pretty good box. I'm going to list all my extras after this video on TCG Player. If you're interested in picking up singles from this set, we can run away together. Liminal Hold, Dawn Blessed Pennant, there's a non-foil. Eclipsed Elf, Twin Flame Travelers, Nameless, Inversion. We have the rare is the Goliath Daydreamer, common foil Mischievous Sneaking, Mountain, and TCG Player says 20 cents for the Goliath Daydreamer. Let's go back to Gothic, try to get our first foil of the box. Hoping for 7 foils today and 7 uniques. This one is a Elite River Rapids. Vasily did the art. That's a pretty good elite. Then the Moss Troll, is it a curio? Search Party, still searching for foils. Not finding anything in today's box opening. I'll skip the price on River Rapids. I'm going to guess it's probably less than $1. Bone Club Berserker, Bog Lither's Embrace, Temporal Cleansing, Riverguard Reflexes. Let's skip to the rares here. Reaping Willow, cool art. Seer, Festival, Morkant Eyes, and the rare is Selfless Safe-Right. We already pulled that one. Okay. I think we pulled that in foil, so that's going to be, I'll just skip that. That's going to be about $1, let's say, for the Selfless Safe-Right. Maybe even 30 cents non-foil. Definitely not the Bitter Blossom. Here we go. Back on the Gothic side, we pulled an Apply Alkahest. Very popular elite that trades for $1.02 actually for the elites. That's pretty good. Weird. No foil. Strange, strange, strange. If you're tuning in, that's probably the most packs in a box I've opened of Gothic before getting a foil. I'm hoping they're all at the bottom. Alright, I got another full, looks like I got a full art showcase foil here. If it's a Bitter Blossom, I might lose my mind here. Luminal Hold, Chitinurus Grasping, Giant fall. And guess what, everybody? We freaking nailed it. Prism Basher, Sapling Nursery is the rare, but look at this. Bitter Blossom, Bitter Bloom Bear, that's a mythic. Not quite a Bitter Blossom, but it's actually pretty cool. Bitter Bloom Bearer, followed by a Swamp and another Kithkin token. I'll get that signed. Awesome. All right, so double rare pack. Let's check it out here. We got Sapling Nursery, non-foil, and a Bitter Bloom Bearer, borderless foil. TCG player says 87 cents for the Sapling Nursery. And ready, set, go. $49.83 for the Bitter Bloom Nursery, or Bitter Bloom Bearer in foil. Non-foil is traded for about $31, $32, but since we pulled the foil, it is $49.83, making this Lorwyn Eclipsed booster box pretty good. We got non-foil Bitter Bloom, Bitter Blossom, foil Bitter Bloom Bear, pretty cool. Also pulled another Kithkin. All right, and so Lorwyn Eclipsed is walking away with this box battle. Thanks for tuning in today. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy trading cards. Here's Sentinel Trap. That is an elite, and we do have our first foils from this Gothic box. They do exist, everybody. It is a miracle. We have a Lash. That is an ordinary foil. Cool art. Ordinary foils are worth a little more than exceptional foils because they are hard to pull. And then that's it in that pack. TCG player says $3.04 for our very first foil. They do have full art on the back. First foil of the Sorcery box. Now we're over to Lorwyn Eclipsed again. And I'm a little surprised. I thought the Gothic box was for sure going to do better than Lorwyn, but right now we've got Bitter Blossom and Bitter Bloom Bearer from Lorwyn, which are just taking the lead on this box battle. Noggle the Mind, Mud Button, Curse Tosser, Meander's Guide, Bristlebane Outrider, Hexing Squelcher is the rare. We got a Noggle Robber foil, that's uncommon. A full art Forest, and an Elk token. TCG player says Hexing Squelcher. $16.05 for the Hexing Squelcher. This is pretty cool. There's also a showcase art of this card that's worth about $25. Pretty cool. This is a red Goblin Sorcerer, 2/2 for 1 colorless and a red. The spell cannot be countered. It has ward, so if you pay 2 life, spells you control cannot be countered. Other creatures you control have ward, pay 2 life. So that's our third hit of the Lorwyn box. So far, 0 hits in the Gothic box, including uniques. We haven't hit anything like a Ether Core or a Corpse Catapult. That's elite. It's not unique. Still no foil. Gift of the Frog, not a curio. And boom. Okay, Gothic is just gonna go quietly today. Lorwyn is right now. We have 50, 67. Already you got $100 in the Lorwyn Eclipse box. Keep Out, Crossroads Watcher, and Rage Flamecaster, Auntie's Sentence. These cards are a little more matte than the Gothic cards, so they're sticking together a little bit. I'm going to guess that they're printed in the United States. The Japanese printings of the Magic cards are a little more glossier. There's a High Perfect Morcant rare card. Double rare Brigid, Kraken's Heart, common foil Tributary Vaulter. We got a full art Plains here. That's a pretty nice looking Plains, followed by an Elf token. TCG player says double rare pack. 56 cents for Brigid, and $2.12 for High Perfect Morcant, 2 colorless, black and a green legendary creature. Elf Noble 4/4 that does taps and does some stuff. So now we go back to Gothic. Still trying to get a curio or an Ether Core foil Mother Maiden Core would also be great. And looks like we have Lord of Greed. That's a pretty good elite. 50 to 60 cents for that card. No foil. Detonate, is that curio? It is definitely not a curio. Okay. Lorwyn Eclipsed. Bitter Blossom and Bitter Bloom Bearer. We did pretty good thus far in this Lorwyn pack. I have 5 more sealed booster boxes of Lorwyn Eclipse that I'm just going to save for next year. We'll see what happens, how many sets come out next year. We have Overgrown Tomb. This I think is one of the dual lands, shock lands. Pretty good pull. We got Heirloom Auntie in foil, a full art Plains in foil, and another Kipkin token. I'll get you a price on Overgrown Tomb. TCG Player says $7.81. Pretty good for this reprinted Overgrown Tomb. I'll add that to the hit pile. Right now we've got 4 hits in the Lorwyn Eclipsed box and no hits yet in the... We got 1 ordinary foil, but other than that, Saint of Redemption at $6. Nothing really crazy in the Gothic box yet, so stay tuned for today's results. Another upside down. This is our second upside down card in the box. What is happening with this box? Panpipes of Phenom is a elite, currently only worth about 50 cents. Definitely some gremlins in the sorcery box. I'm wondering if that means we'll get a curio in this box. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you think upside down cards are good luck or bad luck. It's definitely giving us good luck in this Lorwyn Eclipsed play booster box. Moonglobe Extractor, Chaos Spewer, Thoughtweft Lieutenant, and then we have an Eclipsed Marrow. Uncommon. Shoot. Cool art there, although it's not mythic, so that's not going to be worth more than a couple bucks. We got Sizzling Changeling, Eclipsed Boggart, Sig's Command is the rare. Margaret Organ Keen, who did the Animist avatar in Gothic, very cool. And we got Evolving Wilds, that's a foil. Plains, Merfolk token. Let's see what the Sig's Command is worth. TCG Player says 25 cents, not the best card, but awesome art here. I'll probably get Margaret to sign that when I have her sign all the Animist avatars from Gothic. Big fan of Margaret Organ Keen. Glad that she's drawing for both Magic and Sorcery these days. We have the Exceptionals, Base of Babel. We have Archangel Samuel. This one's a big hit. I think I needed this one for my set. That one's going to be big. We have Novice Necromancer and no foil. So our foil count is down a little bit. Archangel Samuel, TCG Player says $13.65. Let's go. $200 in foil, by the way. For people that are collecting the Gothic foil set, good luck on that one. That's our best hit of the Gothic box thus far. Doesn't quite reach the Bitter Blossom, so Lorwyn is still in the lead. We're 28 minutes into this video. We have Dawnhand Eulogist, Stratus Sorter, Appeal, Chaos, another Chaos Spewer. I'm loving the art, very whimsical. We have Liss Alana Dignitary is an uncommon, followed by Ashling Rekindled is the rare. Common foil, Bone Club Berserker, foil Plains, very nice. And then another Kithkin token by Jeff Laubenstein. TCG Player says the Ashling Rekindled could be worth 59 cents and dropping for Ashling. Okay, back to Gothic. Thanks again for tuning in. We have over 1,000 subscribers, on our way to 2,000. Persecutor Avatar. I pulled one of those in foil with my graded collection. Then we have Pilgrim's Shrine is an elite. Art here is by Truett Parrish. That's a pretty good rare card. No foil though, so foil count is down a little bit. Pulled I think 3 uniques, so we got about 4 more uniques to go in the Gothic box, and I think 6 more foils. So maybe the end of the Gothic box is going to be complete fireworks here. Brambleback Brute, Blossom Bind. I like the art there by Drew Tucker. Drew Tucker did a bunch of art in Gothic set. I love that. I'll get that one signed. If you are a longtime follower of my channel, you know I do like to admire the art, hand-painted art from both Magic the Gathering and Sorcery Contested Realm. We have a Soul Immolation by Drew Tucker. I just saw the Blossom Bind card. And then we have a foil, Requiting Hex by Randy Gallegos, another Plains, and a Goblin token. Soul Immolation by Drew Tucker. What are you worth? $3.50. That's pretty respectable. Good job, Drew, on this. 3 colorless, 2 red sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, Blight X. X cannot be greater than the greatest toughness among creatures you control, and you put X -1/-1 counters on creatures you control. Soul Immolation deals X to each opponent and each creature they control. So that mythic would be pretty good in Commander. Let's go back to the Gothic. Let's see if we can get some Drew Tucker artwork. In this Gothic pack, we have Invigorate. I do like that artwork quite a bit. Kamseen Mummy by Brahm. Hot Wheel. We have Stitched Abomination is an elite card. We got another foil, our second foil of the box. Let's go foils. Lure. Open Mausoleum. Frozen Horror. Melissa Benson, who does a lot of Magic the Gathering art. That is full art on the back. That's going to be the hit of the pack, I'm afraid. And no other curios in that pack. TCG Player says Frozen Horror. $2.34 for that ordinary. Actually, it's exceptional. That's probably why it's worth less. Exceptionals were, seems like they were printed at higher quantities, or at least the chances of pulling exceptional foils is greater than the ordinaries. I think I have that in my collection, so Frozen Horror foil is going to go up on my TCG Player site, jdj-sapphire. We have Glamour Might, Sundapped Celebrant, Assert Perfection, Dream Caesar, Rhymekin Recluse, Pummeler for Hire, Glen Alendra, Guardian, that could be good. Then we have Champion of the Weird, that could also be weird. Then a rare foil, holy smokes, Glen Alendra Guardian, wow. Forest, Elf token, so we got a Glen Alendra and a Glen Alendra foil, plus a Champion of the Weird. Let's do it in this order. We'll do Champion of the Weird, Glen Alendra, and then Glen Alendra Guardian foil. What are the odds of getting those in the same pack? TCG Player says 24 cents for Champion of the Weird, Goblin Berserker. 80 cents for Glen Alendra Guardian. Sorry, everybody. That means $1.21 for the Glen Alendra Guardian foil. Rare. I guess if it were mythic, it'd be worth a little bit more. But it's only rare, so temper your expectations. We're now about halfway through. I'd say we've got about 12 to 15 packs left of both Gothic and Lorwyn Eclipsed. Here is an Elite Lord of Destruction. 50 cents there. We got another foil in this pack right here. It's a bam. No Man's Land, or no, it looks like No Man's Land. Instead, it is Den of Evil. This is an ordinary foil. This could be worth a couple bucks, but I don't think it's going to be Bitter Blossom range. Gift of the Frog is not a curio. And this box came from Flipside Gaming, by the way, if you're following along with my box openings. Box number 19 of Gothic. TCG Player says $7.88 and climbing for the Den of Evil. Pretty good ordinary pull here. I think our third foil of the box. Let's go back to Lorwyn Eclipsed and see If we can top a Bitter Blossom or Bitter Bloom Bearer foil, we have Colorwrath Mystic, Tributary Vaulter, Guilt Leap's Embrace, Spiral into Solitude, Bark of Doran, Noggle Robber again, Spell Snare, pretty good. I love counter spells. It's an instant for 1 blue. Then we have our Tristan's Command, is the rare. Tweeze foil, Swamp, Merfolk token. Tristan's Command is worth how much? 28 cents as the 1st of February here in 2026. Back to Gothic, searching for foils. We've got 3 foils, 3 uniques thus far. About 15 packs. We did get another foil in this pack. We do want the unique and elite foils though. Here is very cool. That's the box art. This is the Void. That is a unique site. Very nice. I think Townfolk Priest or Town Priest. Town Priest is the foil. It's exceptional. I've pulled 1 or 2 of those before. Not the best foil, but still counts toward our foil hits. TCG Player says the price on these 2 cards is $1.93 for our 4th foil. It's an exceptional foil. And $19.15 for the best hit of this Gothic box. This is the Void unique site. It matches the artwork on the Gothic booster boxes. We can do this without spilling. This is the artwork. See that? By Ian Miller, very iconic sorcery artist. Wish he would also draw for Magic the Gathering. But that is $19.15 hit of the sorcery box thus far. Let's go back to Lorwyn Eclipsed and finish up this box battle. Right now, Lorwyn Eclipsed is still in the lead at about $100 for this box. Current market value is $138 for the box. We are pulling Puka Eyes, and Curious Colossus is a mythic. I will price that out. Then we got a common foil Rooftop Percher, Full Art Mountain by Ralph Horsley, and a Goblin token. TCG Player says Curious Colossus is worth $1.29 for the Giant Warrior 7/7 for 5 colors and 2 whites. I'm pricing out all the rares and mythics for Lorwyn because I'm unfamiliar with the prices. I'm skipping a lot of the elites from the sorcery box because I've pulled them before on the channel and they're worth about 50 cents. Here we got another foil. Then we have a Mazuj Ifrit. This is an elite. So again, this is going to be like 50 to 75 cents. And looks like Bind Evil is the potentially the foil in this pack. Trial by Water, Instigator Imp, Vesper Swarm. So close. This is an exceptional foil. I think it's our 5th foil of the box. TCG Player says $1.89 and dropping for that exceptional foil. Lorwyn Eclipsed. It does look like you get at least 1 foil in every pack of play boosters from Wizards of the Coast, so keep out. Flaring Cinder, Morkant's Loyalist, Eclipsed Flamekin. I do kind of like the showcase art. That's uncommon though, so that's probably going to be 50 cents. Protective Response, Boggart, Cruise Crafter, Twilight Diviner is a rare. Then we have an uncommon foil, Bark of Doran, Swamp, and a Merfolk Shapeshifter token. TCG Player says Twilight Diviner is worth $1.60. The promo packs are out of stock. The Wizards changed how they distributed the promo cards with Lorwyn Eclipse, so I feel like there's fewer promo cards out there, so all the promo card collectors are going to be chasing Lorwyn Eclipse promo cards. We have Howl from Beyond. This is a unique that could be a couple bucks. Not to be confused with the Howl from Beyond from the Alpha Magic the Gathering by Mark Poole. No foils. TCG Player says Howl from Beyond is worth $5.79 and climbing. It is a water spell, unique magic. The water elements have gotten a slight power creep in this set. They are much more playable in Gothic, so that's why a lot of the water cards. That art is by Dan Seagrave. Here it is, Lorwyn Eclipsed, pack number 20-something. Scarblade Scout, Shore Lurker, Encumbered Regiri, Explosive Prodigy, Blossoming Defense. Then we have Oko. We have Winnowing is a good rare. That's pretty good. I'll check the price. Followed by a Mythic Planeswalker foil. This is Oko Lorwyn Liege. Pretty cool. Full art. Island. Another Kithkin token. TCG player says Oko and Winnowing. What are you guys worth? $2.99 for the Oko Planeswalker foil and 27 cents for the Winnowing rare sorcery. Alright, speaking of sorcery, we are down to the last few packs of this Gothic booster box. Box number 19. Still looking for something crazy in this box. We have, there we go, City of Souls. That is a unique site. I only have one of those, so now I have two for my playset. Of the City of Souls, no foil, no curio. TCG player says $24.18. Right now, that is the hit of the Gothic booster box. Still a ways behind this Lorwyn Eclipsed play booster box. I am battling these two today. They both trade for about $140 per box. We're going to see if I can get the expected market value out of each of these boxes today, and then I will let you know which box had the better secondary market value. In case you're interested in going out on open market and buying sorcery or magic, we have Gathering Stone and Grub's Command. I think I pulled that one before. Then we have a Drew Tucker foil, Blossom Bind, very cool. Foil Forest and another Kithkin token. Why not? I'll price both of these out. TCG player says 95 cents for the Blossom Bind foil. Pretty cool. I'll get Drew Tucker to sign that one. And 23 cents for Grub's Command. It's a goblin. It's a sorcery and a goblin. You choose two things. That's probably useful in Commander. The last Magic the Gathering box I opened up was the Avatar / Airbender, where I pulled all the Badger Mole Cub cards. That was a pretty good box. Here is a Doomsday Cult that is elite. 50 to 60 cents. And the Dreadwing art tricks me. It looks like a curio art, but it is not a curio, and there's nothing in that pack. Bummer. Okay, back to Lorwyn. 43 minutes. I'll try to get this done in an hour. It's taking up the entire morning here, but I'm having a good time. It's cold outside. There we go. Drew Tucker again on the Blossom Bind. Love that card. Rooftop Percher. Then we have Boggart Mischief, followed by Hallowed Fountain is a dual site. Then we have River Guards, Reflexes, Common Foil, Swamp Full Art, and another Kithkin token. Hallowed Fountain, TCG player says $7.48. That's a hit. White or blue, like a Tundra. You pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. So it's a pain land, shock land. But looks like to be the 4th or 5th reprinting of the shock lands. Alright, getting down there, we've got a couple uniques and foils left to pull out of this Gothic booster box. There is a Harbinger. Oh, I think I got a foil in this pack. There is Hyper Parasite, pretty common elite card. Followed by Enduring Faith. Awesome art. It's an exceptional though, so that's going to be a couple dollars, maybe $1 or $2 for Enduring Faith. No curios. There's the Detonate that everyone's talking about today. Enduring Faith, TCG player says $1 59 cents for our 6th foil of the box. We still need one more foil, one more unique out of the sorcery box. Got about 6 packs left. 6 to 10 packs, let's say. Maybe I'll pick up the pace now that I've seen most of these cards. Let me know what your favorite, there's Evolving Wilds. Let me know what your favorite card of the set is for Lorwyn Eclipsed. Have I pulled it today on the channel? Is it Bitter Blossom? There's Rimfire Torque. And Bristlebane Battler is another rare. So we had double rare pack, Boggart, Curse Crafter, Foil, Island, and a Goblin token. TCG player says 37 cents for the Bristlebane, 26 cents for the Rimefire. Not bad. Both of those are going to go on TCG Player later today. Check my TCG Player site. I'll put the link in the description below if you're interested in picking up singles of Magic the Gathering or Sorcery Contested Realm. Bam, there we go. Sold Out Cemetery. Very nice. Very nice art. That is an elite. So, buck or two for that one. Do I have the 7th foil? I do. It is an elite foil. Pilgrim Shrine. Elite foil. Very nice. Truett Parish. Potentially the hit of the box here. Spore Sprouts. Hellhounds. TCG player says Pilgrim's Shrine foil is worth. No, $7.32 only for this elite foil. Usually the elite foils and the unique foils are the hits of the box, but that one, unfortunately, was a bust. So I feel like the Lorwyn Eclipse box is still doing pretty good with the 2 Bitter Blossom pulls today. Let's see what's left here. Kith Keeper, Eclipse Realms, Vinebred Brawler, tough to say. We have Reese the Evermore is a rare, followed by a common. Winevine Pummeler, Full Art Island, and another Kithkin token. Reese, what are you worth? Evermore, 41 cents. Elf Warrior 2/2. Back to Sorcery Gothic. Have been some of my favorite box openings of the last year or two. We have one more unique to go. This is Archangel Michael. That was pretty good. Last time I pulled Archangel Michael, he was $25. We shall see. There's a foil. Shoot. It's an ordinary foil. Open Grave. Bummer. I needed a unique foil, but I guess I'll take Open Grave. Okay. Detonate. That's our 4th Detonate of the box. There's a regular ordinary Open Grave, not a foil. Let's get a price on these two. I think Archangel Michael is going to be the best hit of this box. TCG player says $6.42 for our 7th foil of the box. And bam, $40.49 for our 7th unique of the box. That's going to be the hit of the Sorcery Gothic box. Helps us out get close to the Lorwyn Eclipsed prices on this box. So now it's going to be really close. I don't even know which box is in the lead right now. I'll have to total up the totals at the end and let you know in a minute or two. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win this box battle. I don't know if I can pull any more uniques out of the Gothic box, but we could possibly pull another foil. Here's a Mythic Wistfulness. Elemental Incarnation. It's a 6/5 for 3 colorless and 2 blue or green mana. Then we have a common foil, Gangly Stomping Forest. Another Kithkin token. TCG player says the Wistfulness is worth $27.42. What the heck? That's our 2nd banger. This is a Mythic Elemental Incarnation, as I said before, 6/5. When it comes in, when this creature enters, if 2 green was spent casted, you exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. When the creature enters, if 2 blue is spent to cast it, you draw 2 cards, then you discard a card. You can evoke it for a green or blue or a green. You may cast a spell for its evoke cost. If you do, it's sacrificed when it enters. Very nice. third hit of the box. Now I think the Lorwyn Eclipsed box is just taking the lead again. With that $27 Wistfulness Mythic Rare. Pretty good box. I'll do the total at the end here, but we're shooting for $140 from both of these boxes. We have Bureau of Occult Control. Awesome art. It's an elite, unfortunately. I'm not expecting any more foils in the Gothic box, but I would hope to get a curio if I can. I'd still like the City of Glass curio. I did pull a Realm Eater curio. Tons of possibilities left in this box. Here we go with Lorwyn Eclipsed back on the box battle. Then we have Tristan, Callous Cultivator is the rare, Flamekin, Guildweaver, Plains. TCG player says 22 cents and dropping for that 3/4 Elf Druid. Let's see here. Let's try to get a curio. I've only pulled one Sorcery Gothic curio. This came from Flipside Games, so not the same case as the other curio. We have Corruptor, that's an elite. Art is by Heidi Talifer. Corruptor trades for about a dollar or less. But it is the avatar that I'm going to build a deck with for my undead deck. Your beasts are monsters, your mortals are undead, and your angels are demons. So it lets you play mortals as undead. Here's Enraged Flamecaster, Crib Swap, Moon Vigil Adherence, and then Steam Vents. Very nice. Okay, so the dual lands are popping today. We have Rhyme Chill is an uncommon foil, flashy. Mountain, Kithkin, Steam Vents, what, $5, $6, $7? $8.76. Not bad for the Zendikar Expedition Shockland reprint. This is the Steam Vents blue-red. Comes into play tapped if you don't pay 2 life. Very nice. I think that's our third Shockland of the box. We also pulled Bitter Blossom and a Bitter Bloom. So, Toolbox, fantastic. Toolbox is a great $1 to $2 exceptional card. Then we have Necronomic Concert is an elite. And, oh, bonus foil. Is it a one-shot, though? No, it's Necropotence. That's exceptional. So you could play Necronomic Concert. You could play Necropotence foil. This was a couple bucks the last time I checked. I think that's our 8th foil. So we did get an extra foil in this box. That's pretty cool. TCG player says $1.74 for our, this is our 9th foil actually. I just counted. We got 9 foils in that box so far. So something is off. That's the most foils I've ever gotten in a Gothic booster box. I'll give you a recap at the end. 53 minutes in. We'll try to get under an hour here. Thanks for tuning in and watching this whole video. I'm really enjoying Lorwyn Eclipsed. It's making the battle interesting with the Gothic booster box. We have a Lava Leaper rare, Moonglove Extractor, common foil, mountain foil, goblin token, Lava Leaper. TCG player says 27 cents and dropping for this elemental creature, 4/4. Sorcery Gothic. Still got about 6 packs left, so I gotta. There is a non-foil Necropotence, followed by a Elite Rat King if you're playing a rat deck. And it looks like I got another foil. What the heck? This is our 10th foil of the box. What? Profane Revenant, Snallygaster. It's ordinary, but it is foil. So we didn't get any foils in the top 10 packs of this box, but we got 10 foils in the bottom half of this box. TCG player says $3.25, completely insane. I think that's the 10th foil of the box. I don't know what is going on here. Looks like 3 packs left of Lorwyn Eclipsed. It's been a great box. I'm excited to see. It's neck and neck. I think the Lorwyn Eclipsed might actually have the lead, but We have another showcase. It's uncommon, Deep Channel Duelist. Let me know if you like the showcase art on that bonus sheet. Eclipsed, Omni-Changeling. We have Raiding Schemes is a rare, followed by Sunderflock, showcase rare. That could be worth something. We have an uncommon foil, Shimmerwild's Growth Forest, full art, and that token. So we'll do Sunderflock and Raiding Schemes. TCG Player says $2.38 for the Sunderflock. Prices are all over the map for this elemental creature. It's a 5/5 for 7 colorless and 2 blue, and 30 cents for the Raiding Schemes rare from Lorwyn. Alright, I think I've got 3 packs left of Gothic, 2 packs left of Lorwyn Eclipsed. Home stretch. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Do like the video if you're a fan of TCGs. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get more feeds in your Divine Lance Elite. And if you want to pick up any of these cards that you see me open on the channel today, they are on my TCG Player site. jdj-sapphire, Gift of the Frog, not a curio. Lorwyn Eclipsed, still trying to get a curio out of the Gothic booster box. We've gotten 2 upside down cards, which hasn't meant much except we got extra foils. People have reported multiple foils. Here's a Grave Shifter. I like the art. Then we have Prismatic Undercurrents, Boulder Dash, Rare Kin Binding. That's gotta be a couple bucks. Then we have a common foil, Silvergill Peddler, full art, Swamp, Raul Vitale, and a sketch card. TCG Player says 52 cents. I had hope for this one. This looks pretty cool, but that'll be on TCG Player after this video goes live. Stay tuned for that. And 3 packs left of this opening. We're gonna do it in under 60 minutes, everybody, or your money back. We have Earl of the Ivory Towers, fantastic. That's an elite. It's worth 50 cents, but it's been hard for me to pull. I've only pulled 2 or 3 of the Earls in 19 boxes of Gothic. Here's the last Lorwyn Eclipsed booster pack, play booster pack. Right now, I think Lorwyn is in the lead of this box opening. Last chance for romance. We have Mirror Form is a mythic. Look out, everybody. Wayne Reynolds coming through with a banger. Uncommon. We got a Dundulin Weaver foil, Plains, and a Merfolk token. Mirror Form Mythic Rare, TCG Player says $6.06. Not bad. It's a pretty good rare. It is a mythic rare. Let's do a quick recap and then take a look at what I think some of the hits are from the Lorwyn Eclipse. We have Hallowed Fountain, Steam Vents, Soul Immolation, Overgrown Tomb, Hexing, Squelcher, and then the Bitter Blossom and Bitter Bloom Bearer. These are the hits of the box. Perfect. So we got seven pretty good hits. Take a look at all of the prices. All right, drum roll please. $175 was the total price of the Lorwyn Eclipse booster box. We had a Bitter Bloom Bearer foil at $49. We had a Bitter Blossom at $32. We had the Wistfulness at $27. Soul Immolation at $16. Hex Squelcher, $7. Plus we got Overgrown Tomb, Hallowed Fountain, and Steam Vents, which were all $7, $8. So $175 was the total in value in the Lorwyn Eclipse. I'm going to add up the Gothic booster box. We have 1 pack of Gothic left. We'll see if we can pull that in the last pack. And $166 with 1 pack to go in the Gothic booster box. We had the $40 Archangel Michael, $24 City of Souls, $19 The Void Atlas, $13 Archangel Samuel. So we got a total of 7 uniques, which is normal, 10 foils, which is way more than normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at all that. 10 foil box, my first 10 foil box of Gothic. which means we need a $9 card for the box battle to hit 175. We're at 166. This is the last pack of Gothic. Thanks for tuning in today. This is a lot of fun. This video was fantastic. We have a Sigilstrom. That's an elite. That is not going to get there. Entomb. Do we have an 11th foil of this box or a curio? We do not. That's it. So the winner of this box battle is Lorwyn Eclipsed by $9, but pretty close if you ask me. This box came in at $175 according to TCG Player as of February 1st, 2026, and the Gothic booster box came in at $166 according to TCG Player as of February 1st, 2026. Stay tuned for my upcoming box openings and all of my shorts. I'll make shorts out of the best hits out of these pack openings and put the extras on my TCG Player site, jdj-sapphire. Thanks again for all the support and the likes and the subscriptions. We'll see you in next week's video. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.